Let's see, Kelsey Knight. Amanda Knight.
Closing
Spielberg.
Mom?
I don't
All
know.
right. And I've got a phone number in there. Let me see if that's Scott Norkey.
Ours would just say mom's name because she told me. See?
So I let someone in on a Galaxy device. Who is that? Would you state your name, please?
Deborah Sunderman.
All right. Maybe it looks like you might be in here twice then.
Okay.
Last four digits 5728. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room, but I'm going to name this device so I know who to let back in when it's time for your case. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, could be.
It's live on YouTube.
Pardon?
It's live on YouTube.
What does that mean?
We're on YouTube. Live. That's weird.
Okay. Julie, are we expecting anyone else for this Kelsey Knight hearing besides the people that you see?
Not that I'm aware of, Judge.
Okay. All right. Shannon, put us on the record, please.
Judge LaFlamme.
Okay. Yes.
The mom's trying to get on. She's just having trouble right now.
We can do it by phone.
She's in
I
California.
see her. I saw her earlier and I allowed her in, and
There
then I
she
don't know
is.
what happened. It must have disappeared. All right, we're waiting for an audio connection. Looks like we have one. Ms. Knight, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Hi, Mandy.
All right, so could each of you please identify yourselves for the record?
Cynthia M. Knight, grandmother.
Say your first name again, ma'am.
Cynthia M.
Thank you.
Knight.
And that's Kelsey there with you?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay. Amanda Knight, mother.
Casey Alney.
Justine
okay.
Spielberg. DHS.
Okay. Do you need that spelling? No. Okay. All right. So we are here on a motion to terminate a minor guardianship. I did read the CPS report that there are no issues from the department's perspective of Amanda Knight's ability to be able to provide care for Kelsey, and do you stand by that report?
Yes.
Okay, and let's see, Cynthia,
Yes.
you believe it's in Kelsey's best interest that we terminate this guardianship and allow
Yes,
her to reside with her mother?
Yes, I do.
And Kelsey, is that what you'd like to see happen?
Yes.
Okay, and Ms. Knight, you believe that you're able to provide the proper care for your daughter going forward? Make sure that she's kept safe and reassume your role as her parent.
Correct, yes.
All right, well, I am satisfied based on what I've read in the file and what I've heard this morning, that it is indeed in Kelsey's best interest that I terminate this minor guardianship. I will enter an order to that effect today. Did any of you have any questions?
No.
I do not.
Okay, thank you. That concludes our hearing. Kelsey, you have a nice day.
You too.
Everyone else as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let me get off this.
Okay, next up is the matter of William Sunderman. Well, I know I renamed. I think that's the right one. Okay, Jennifer, can you hear me okay?
I can, Your Honor.
Okay, and Ms. Sunderman, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and are we expecting anyone else at the hearing today?
No, sir.
Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Kelly, I did have an opportunity to review your supplemental report. We've got a number of expenditures. It looks like just a little north of $10,000 for which there are no receipts. Is that accurate?
Your Honor, when subsequent to that, and I sent the letter to Ms. Sunderman with a copy of the accounting for her records after it had been filed, I had mentioned to her that the court was going to have issues with the fact that there was such a large amount of miscellaneous deposits with no receipts. And she had called me back and said she had receipts for all of these things. I think what we have here is an issue of miscommunication. When she initially had filed her initial accounting, that was the entry that was on her handwritten accounting of miscellaneous deposits, but there was no, she just had miscellaneous of $10,256.31. And it was my understanding in talking with her that many of the receipts that she had saved had been either misplaced or thrown out. And so I was under the impression that there weren't any receipts. And she got back with me and said, no, she has all of the receipts for these expenditures. The problem that I have with that is that normally, at least in Judge Rapley's court, instead of putting it down as a miscellaneous category such as this, which is so large, that the receipts be broken into groups to show what those expenditures were they spent on cigarettes, were they spent on eating out, were they spent on lottery tickets, what were they spent for, so we could see how Mr. Sunderman was spending his money. And that we did not have in this accounting. So that was my primary concern, is that I know Mr. Sunderman, I've got no concerns that Deb Sunderman, the conservator, is misusing the money or misappropriating the money or spending it on herself. I think the situation we have here is that she's the conservator, but he's her father-in-law. And he pretty much spends as he can, and she tries to keep track of it, but it's a little bit of a challenge when he's living at home and is not under any kind of guardianship, so he's able to come and go and spend as he likes. So I don't know if the court wants to have this accounting amended again to break down those miscellaneous receipts into categories so we can see how the spending was, and then have a hearing later on once it's been amended. I'll leave it to the court's discretion.
Well, I'm very uncomfortable having such a broad category without any receipts to justify how the money was spent. Do you typically review all of the receipts when you're reviewing an accounting?
Generally, we do, yes. We have them bring in the receipts and we go through them. And like I said, it was kind of a difficult year for Ms. Sunderman. I'm sure she can speak for herself, but there were health issues and other situations going on. And so she had told me that she was keeping the receipts all in one spot. And it was my understanding in speaking with her that at one point when she was away from the home, that I don't know if it was her husband or someone in her family was helping out and threw out a lot of things, including receipts. That was my understanding. And so that's why I didn't request the receipts in looking over the bank statements and so forth, because I assumed there were no receipts. But she clarified for me after the fact that she in fact did have the receipts. And if they have receipts, that's exactly what we'd be doing, is having the conservator put them into groups, let's look them over and get them correctly identified on the accounting.
All right, and Ms. Sunderman, you indeed do have receipts for all of the expenditures?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right,
I just
think that's
forgot
the.
I'm
Go
sorry, I
ahead.
just forgot to take them, and I had spoke to Jennifer, and it was just miscommunication. I always have receipts for Williams money, and I do have the receipts. Some of them, I do believe my husband threw out, but I have 98% of them. Yes, sir.
Very well. So how much time will it take you to recompile the list and get that information into Jennifer for her to review?
Well, I'm currently out of town, but I will be home in 4 days, so I could probably get them to her by next Thursday.
And
All
Your
right,
Honor,
how about,
if you could give me no more than 30 days, my calendar is kind of full here in my office for the month of September. I should have some time near the end of September to meet with Ms. Sunderman and get this amended again and get it into the court in time for a follow-up hearing.
if we were to reschedule this hearing for October 8th, would that be sufficient time for you? I'm sorry, October 9th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to adjourn this to October 9th. I'm not going to allow this account, but we'll have a complete accounting filed and we'll hold our hearing on that date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You too. So I just hang up?
Yes,
Okay. I'll be in next week.
thank you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, let's see. Next up is Demarius Eubanks. And I see Susan Webb is present.
They had it wrong the first time.
Ms. Webb, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we're scheduled today for the court to review the status of the minor guardianship of Demarian Eubanks. I do not have an annual report for what has occurred during the past year. Did you submit one?
Yes, it was a few months ago, actually. We've been rescheduled a few times, but I submitted it probably at least 2 or 3 months ago.
All right, let me flip through the file. There's a note on it that says there is no annual report and that it was due July 20th.
We dropped it off at the courthouse.
Well, it's definitely not in the file.
I don't show it in the docketing system.
I realize because of COVID and the courthouse being at least partially closed, that there could have been a mix-up and where that ended up. Is it possible for you, did you keep a copy for yourself?
I was just checking my papers. Yes, I do have a copy right here.
If you could please submit that, what I'll do is adjourn this hearing for a week. I should have it by then, and we'll just reschedule. If I have any questions from the report, then I'll ask them at that time. Do you have any concerns? Is Demarion doing well?
Yes, he's doing very well. Mom's still working on some issues, but we were going to request that things kind of remain the same, which she's right here.
Okay. Well, this is just an annual review, and normally, unless there's a petition to terminate, I wouldn't be ending a guardianship on an annual review. The goal is just to see how Demarion's doing. So I'll put this over 1 week. Make sure you get that report in so that I have it in the file in time for next Friday.
Okay, I will have somebody drop it off today.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Peter, would you print me a docket? Oh, you did. Well, that was quick. Okay, now we've got these minor guardianships. Thank you, Julie.
Have a great weekend.
You too. We're having a little trouble making an audio connection.
Hello?
Good morning. You are Shirley Bailing?
Yes.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, you did, Judge LaFlamme.
Okay. We're here today on petitions for limited guardianships of Preston James Sanders, Cameron Ty Jordan Laird, and Bianca Celine Laird. You are the children's grandmother?
Yes.
All right, my understanding, the children have been placed with you for some time now,
Right.
pursuant to a power of attorney.
Right.
And the children's father, Lance Laird, has filed petitions for appointment of a limited guardian
Yeah.
for each of these child, asking that you be made a limited guardian.
Yes.
Okay. Because these are Indian children, the tribe was notified. I don't have any response from the tribe. My recollection is at the time Mr. Laird was allowed to place direct placement of the children, that the tribe was actively involved in the case, the neglect case. And I don't recall that they raised any objection whatsoever to the placement.
Right.
So how have the children been doing?
They're doing good. Real good.
I actually bumped into Lance
Yeah, he's here
A few-
now.
a few months ago. Oh, he's with you?
Yes. Lance and Terry
Thank you.
both are here with me.
All right. If you could bring Lance in front of the phone, I would need to talk to him.
Yes, sir, Your
Good
Honor.
morning, Mr. Laird.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. Recovering from hip surgery myself,
Oh, man.
but back to work.
Yeah.
All right, so I did have a chance to review the petitions and the limited guardianship placement plan. According to the placement plan, the goal is, the purpose of the limited guardianship is so that your children can attend school, and that their physical needs be provided by the proposed guardian. You've indicated that you intend to visit each child at least 5 times a week.
Yes.
Participate weekly in positive outings with them.
Yes.
You're going to be contributing $100 a month. Is that for each child?
Yes.
And the limited guardianship is to continue until you are until you are no longer on parole,
Yes.
till you have established yourself in a new residence.
Yes.
And you definitely wish for the court to approve these limited guardianships today.
Yes.
All right, based on my understanding of the petition, the circumstances where these children have been in your mother's care for a substantial period of time, and they've done well there, I'm going to approve each of these limited guardianships. Did you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
All right, I will be signing the appropriate orders today. And then, Ms. Bailing, you will need to sign an acceptance of guardianship in each case. So, Ms.
Okay.
Bailing, did you have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
All right, sounds like we're all set. I'll go ahead and approve each of these. You'll get the paperwork very shortly.
All righty.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.